Okay, everybody out there. This is Cary with my 530Z project. Today, I'm going to attempt to install part of the new motor mounts. These motor mounts, there's two of them, one for here and one for over there. They go underneath the frame and the cross member to support the bar where the motor mounts a little bit better. This one's for the driver's side, this is for the passenger, and then there's some additional support on the driver's side here. So according to my instructions, I've got to put the floor jack underneath the cross member, raise it slightly, and then bolt the frame rail from the vehicle. So let me get that started and I'll be back with you in a second. Okay, I thought I'd just show you what I'm doing here. These are the two bolts that are connecting the cross member to the chassis. I went ahead and pulled the tire off so I could get a little bit better access to it and everything. And so we removed these two bolts, and then we installed, sorry guys, the new top plate here. Put new bolts that came with the kit, and we're not supposed to tighten them yet. We're supposed to just have the nuts on them and semi-tight because I've got to do the other side. Makes it a little bit easier. So this is where we're at right now, and let me get on the other side. I got to put the tire back on this one, get on the other side and start taking those two bolts off and putting that plate on. Be right back. Okay, now we're going to lower the car off the cross frame. Lowering the cross frame should lower that side down and allow us to get the second engine mount in there. Should be supported by McPherson, but as you can see, we might get all squeezed in there. I do have to remove the old motor mount. It's just sitting here. And it's still tight. All right, Dave, hand me that other motor mount.
Yes.
Or the frame support.
This thing?
Yes. If it works like it did on the other side, and then like this,
Should be easy.
nope, we're going to have to, where's that screwdriver?
Ah, it's over here.
And a screwdriver.
And me too. Just go here.
See if we can do it with just a screwdriver. All right. Let's get us a little more
Leverage.
lift. I'm going to lift the body off of that cross member because it just, there's no weight in the front end of this thing. That's not a good place. that's about the same. Okay, Dave.
Yes.
Stand on it.
Okay. Crap.
Oh, look, it went down.
Oh, there we go. Is that all you needed? Just wait. Woohoo! Camera's looking at my butt. Okay.
Okay,
We good?
get off.
All right.
Yep, that's all we needed was some weight on it. All right, so if you're having this problem, just have your son stand on the cross member.
Or someone else.
Or somebody else. So, we're going to go ahead and shut the video off, put those 2 bolts in, and we'll be right back to you.
All right.
Okay, so we've got this side done, and we've got the bolts tight. According to the instructions, 36 foot-pounds, so I put my torque wrench on it. Now we have to tighten up the other side. And then we go to the next phase, which is going to be requiring me to do some drilling and some other stuff in order to get that big support beam that I showed you. This piece here is going to be going in between there and there. And so I've got to remove the steering rod. That'll be going through that support. We're going to go through this step by step according to the instructions and see where we end up. Let me get started and get some tools out. All right, what we're doing now, we just removed the rod that went from the steering housing here down to the rack and pinion. That'll give us access. We've got to remove the bolt off of this, get access into here, and we've got to do some more additional adjustments and everything else. Remove steel washer cup, bend left hand brace out of the way. It has 3 spots holding it in place. We've got to pop those off and want to save. So we're going to go through and do some of this. So be right back. Okay, remove the large bolt and washer that were holding this assembly together, which is a support part for the front. Trying to pull this off and get the washer, everything apart is a little more difficult. It's easier. There's 2 bolts. Because now you don't have the steering rack, you can just turn the steering wheel if you got the front tires off the ground. Turn the steering wheel, 2 14mm bolts, pull that off, and pull the entire assembly out. Once you do that, it's really easy to get the gasket off, or the bushing off. And now we can start making our modifications. So there's still another piece up underneath here, just like this, between the frame and everything. And this is how this went. Just like that. But much easier to remove. Just remove these 2 bolts. Slide right out of the way. Comes right apart. You don't have to sit there and pry. Try to figure out, some way of prying this off. Vice grips or something going to destroy the grommet. So thought I'd just pass that along. All right. So I elected to do the drilling to get the plate off. As you can see, some pretty good size. So now, take the grinder, go down here and clean it up real quick.
Apologies for the noise.
Nice and smooth.
Nice and smooth.
Okay.
All right.
Now that we've done that, be fitting in here somehow, some way. I just got to read up on it. Probably have to take that tab there off. Or move it back out of the way. Be right back with you.
All right.
Right. Now we have this really interesting little piece which we're trying to figure out where it goes or what it does. It says to grab our spacer, which we have right here. It says either put glue or grease on it. We decided to go with grease. Put that right there. Hopefully it won't move. Now, get the camera down here, Dave.
Zoom in.
Yep. This goes under the original mount. It slides in here. If I can keep that in place. Slides in here. And falls.
And falls.
Oh.
Start over?
Nope.
Okay.
Maybe glue is better.
Maybe glue is better.
So it goes in here, and our spacer goes in here too.
Slides in between.
Which makes doing this even more difficult. But that's going to go in there just like that for the motor mount. But I've got to get enough
Underneath.
space in here. That's going to go in just like so. Get it in place. Getting good, Dave. We're getting good.
Getting close.
Oh my God, look at that. That fits.
Fits in perfectly.
Everything lines up.
Yep.
Almost. Once
Almost.
you get the bolts in there,
Right.
we'll be good to go. All right. Now let's look and read the next step and we'll be right back.
All right.
So we have it in place. I'm going to zoom in here. Sorry for the wiggleness, but that's it. Hold on. Okay, so we have it together. Bolt going down through the original motor mount with the spacer and the dog ear attachment. My next step is I've got to go here. I've got to drill 2 holes to secure that on that strut tower and then start putting it back together. This is where the original Chevy motor mount will bolt up to the LS engine and everything. On this side here, the kit comes with a different motor mount. So this motor mount here will bolt up to the Chevy motor, but just in a completely different place. And sorry for but if you look at it, you can see that they're offset as far as where they are. And that's perfectly fine because their motor kit takes care of that. All right, we'll be right back. Okay, finishing up the engine mount. The instructions say that we have to drill 2 holes. I've got the bolts already in those 2 holes here. And the next step is then to reinstall the tie rod end and the bushing, and that finishes up this installation. If we zoom back here, we have over here, we've got the motor mount, got the bolt through it, everything's ready. Again, we've got the right there in the very middle are the dog ears for when we install the motor, the mount will mount there. So I hope this helps anybody that's interested in using the Broken Kitty's engine kit and getting it installed. Thank you very much.